Hey, what is going on there YouTube? This is Robert and today I am bringing you to a video where we're going to be going over Google Chrome's autofill. I know, Chrome autofill again, probably something that we cover from a season to season basis or sometimes more than once per season, but a lot of people requested just to know how I check out methods and different things like that. So we're going to be going over Google Chrome's autofill today, Safari autofill as well, and then just some normal tips and things that I just do when I check out, and hopefully they can help. So yeah, without further ado, let's get straight into this. Okay, so I just wanted to start off with something that is very basic and simple in terms of this, and we're just going to go and pick an item and go on to the checkout. Now, the first thing that a lot of people did ask was whether or not my details were there when I first went to check out with Supreme, and I think a lot of people get Google Chrome autofill and Supreme's own system sort of mixed together and confused. So this is the instance where I can show you that my details are there on the left side because obviously I've checked out a couple of times, but I'll throw the footage up I'll just throw the footage up in short of when I first went to check out. My details were already there on the left side, and also I know that the US has a lot of problems when it does come to checking out and Google Chrome autofill. Last season they were having a ton of problems with it, but for me, when I went to check out on Supreme for somebody for the US drop, obviously I'll throw the footage of me actually copied the piece because why not? I didn't have to do their details on the left side. Their details were already there, fortunately. So yeah.
Traffic lights.
I'm not getting anything at all.
Oh, come on.
I have added to cart for everything.
Charge that card.
Oh, I'm
Hey!
stuck on processing.
Yes, I checked out for someone. Let's go.
Oh, Robert's checking out before the USA boys.
Hitting US drops for people. Now that's done, I normally say that it's a 50-50 thing when it comes to the Supreme season. Sometimes my details haven't been on the left side, sometimes they have been. And yeah, it's just whether or not you're lucky or not to have them there, and that is literally just Supreme putting them there. The moment that they aren't there is when you will need to use Google Chrome autofill. For instance, I go onto an incognito tab like I am right now. We go on, we add the exact same item to cart and we hit checkout, and there are no details there, but what I can do is click and then select which, details I want to put in. That is where Google Chrome autofill comes in handy. Now there are some other instances, like obviously filling in card details and things like that, which I did do for the US drop and I didn't get any decline or anything. Well, I mean, I had an issue, but as you saw, I didn't really get any massive problem because the US drop had its ups and downs. But yeah, we're just going to go over how you set up Chrome autofill, and I'll pretty much say what it is useful for because it is useful in a lot of ways. So all I'm going to do for this in this case is just go on to add another profile. We will select the penguin because I like penguins, so we'll do that and we're going to call it Chrome autofill, and I'm not going to let it select that, and we're just going to add it. So this is the new profile. So when we go to Supreme's website, now that we're onto the website, we will do the exact same thing of adding the same item. And now that we're on here, we will go to checkout. There are no details there. I can click, no details will appear. So what we do to set up Google Chrome autofill, literally click your little profile. I'll just drag this down a little. You want to click your profile here, and then you just want to click onto the right side where it's got this little oval-ish shape, which is for the address, like a little pin going down for where your address is. Once you click on that, it will then load up addresses and more under settings. I obviously, as per normal, leave all of this down in the comments section, or just every step in the comments section. From here you can click add, and then you can just add your name, address and everything else. In this case we're just going to call this Supreme autofill, and I'm just going to go and grab all of Supreme's details for their checkout side. Just because I'm just going to use their address as per norm. Now that we have all of the details filled in, I'm pretty sure this is the right way. Maybe it's London the other way round like that instead. Then we just click save. That's it. We're just going to save. Now that's saved, I'm just going to go over with no cutting or anything. Click here, and instantly it is available to fill in, and when I click it, it will fill in the details just like that. No problems. There's no extra tab that I've got open, it's just these two, that's it. So it's very quick as soon as you click save to when you can go and have your details already added. Now, just for the point of showing how it is then useful past this, normally you'd need to check out, which is a very basic thing. You check out, then your details will be saved. But another thing that you obviously do is you make sure that you tick this for the first time when you are checking out. And then I'm just going to click process a couple of times. Don't know what it's got an issue with that with, but we're just going to process a couple of times. Then what I should be able to do is hit cancel, click checkout now again, and I meant to clap, but I just tapped, but yeah, clap. There we go. Why did I say clap? There we go. Your details are there, they're saved, they're in there, there's no issue, that's it. You don't need to do anything spectacular or crazy past this. Your details are saved. All you have to do from here is enter your card details and check out as per norm. Now in terms of card details, you can also then from this side go back and go on to payment method, and then you can add a payment method onto this. And yeah, they do have a couple of options where it says save and field methods allow sites to check if you have payment methods saved. If you are going to add it, just make sure these things are just across, because when you basically will click here or come onto here, it will automatically basically have it like highlighted, so then you can just select it and then enter the rest of your card details, and it will do the card number and the expiry. You just have to do the CVV and then tick and process. The same thing does apply for the addresses side. Just make sure that this is just across, you know, it's just in case anything goes wrong, you know, just make sure this is across so that it will save and fill addresses in, because it does include all of the details that you need. And that about covers it for Google Chrome Autofill. So now we're just going to go over the side of just some extra things that might be helpful for you. Now a lot of people asked, and I mean a lot, more than what I was expecting to be honest, asked how did I get some of the items opened as I did. So what we're going to do for this is just move this tab down a little bit. That is definitely out of my frame massively, but what I will do is just go onto the shop /all just to get all of the items up, and basically, since people are asking, when you can scroll through with a mouse, which I obviously have, I normally recommend for people to get a mouse in the end, just because it will save you a lot of time in comparison to using like a laptop's, you know, it's just too difficult. It's really too difficult on a laptop. So some people wondering when it did come to me opening items how I did it so quick, and it is literally using the middle scroll wheel on a mouse, and all you have to do is scroll down and then you can just do this and just open up what you are after. Then you can go through and add them, and yeah, it's as easy as that. And when you do add them, after you're finished adding them, then you can just hit Control W to close down each of them to get to the final tab, I guess, or final item. That's just one thing that I obviously do, which is just standard for me. Now the other thing that I normally do is I don't personally use the Google Chrome's autofill for the card details, just because I don't really want my card details on there. It's as simple as that. I normally copy and paste my card details, so as soon as you have them copied, then when it comes to the drop time, you can just Control V, paste them in. This is a phone number, by the way, so don't worry. Paste them in, and then that's it. Then I just have to fill out my other card details and check out, and that's about as difficult as it gets for me. Before we go on to Safari and just talk about a couple of other things, one thing that people do ask me is how I refresh. I know that a lot of people do F5. Personally, I just do Control refresh, because on a computer with a keyboard, it makes it a lot easier to control and refresh, because then when I go on, you know, add to basket, checkout now, and hit Control V, I'm in the same position. I've got the control already ready. All I have to do is switch 3 keys down almost, or 2 keys down, and just hit the V, and that's it. But that's just something that I personally do. So now we're just going to talk about a couple of the other options that you do have available, and then go on to the mobile side of checking out. So one of them is going to be the lightning bolt feature, which I used in my last video covering autofill. However, since then a lot of people have actually stopped using it and switched to other methods, just because they felt that the other methods just work better in the end. So I'll obviously have put up the footage of me using lightning bolt and seeing it work and everything, but a lot of people have stopped using it. Now another method that is available, there are two that are available, that's 4. There are 2 that are available. One of them is going to be cardinal scripts, which I know that Boone uses a lot and says, you know, is pitch perfect. Like, it really came in clutch for him for week 1. So I know that is one that is used and people use. I think it's in beta at the moment, but that is one that people do use as their autofill to help them check out. I'm just passing on what I know at the end of the day, or what I've heard that people use. So yeah, now let's go on to the mobile side. Okay, so for the mobile side, it's going to be quite simple. For this, all you want to do, well, there are a couple of things. The one method that I was told by people to use is to go onto your contacts, then you want to go onto yourself, and basically for your home details, you just want to fill that in as your address. Then what will happen is when you go over onto Supreme, and you go add the same item to cart, hit checkout, and what you want to do is click autofill contact, and then you choose yourself as the home address. This will then fill in it will normally fill in the details. One of the things that you can do, which I didn't mention, is literally if you don't want to try and use this whole contact autofill thing, which realistically only saves you a couple of seconds if your details aren't there, is that you can just type in your details as per norm, and then just do the same thing as I do on computer, click process a couple of times, and Supreme will normally just save them. That's about it. Yeah, that's all I pretty much know about mobile. Literally, that is all you need to do, and you can do the exact same thing as you do on Google Chrome on the computer. You can literally just put in like card details or no card details in the end, and just click I have read and process the payment, and make sure that the remember address is just ticked like that. And then you can just process payment, and it will save your details to that, so that every time you go back on, they will be saved. Now, obviously, not every time it will save your details. You know, some seasons your details will probably not be there, but that just happens at the end of the day, and you'll just have to fill them back in and go over it again. But yeah, that is pretty much it. Now, there are some errors, like I said, when it does come to entering some details in, whether it's on Safari or the computer side or desktop side or laptop side, whatever you want to call it. There are some issues that can happen where it sometimes doesn't fill things in correctly or completely, and literally what I would say for that is just to do what I said and just enter the rest of the details, process, and then it should save them on Supreme's end for you. And yeah, that is about it. As per norm, I'm probably going to leave links to the exact same videos that I've left for like the last 2 seasons in the comments section. If you have any issues that I didn't cover in this, then obviously just ask away. Either I'll answer, or maybe someone in the comments might answer if you do have an issue. And that's it. That's all I can say to pretty much help at the end of the day. If you enjoyed, it'd like be much appreciated. Other than that, yeah, let's have fun this season, I suppose, and see how it goes, and hopefully get some good checkouts. But yeah, I will see you all next time, which will probably possibly be tomorrow, depending if Supreme puts some good news out, or it might be an unboxing tomorrow instead for my week 1 if everything arrives on time, hopefully. But yeah, that's going to cover it. Thank you for watching, and I will see you all next time. Peace.